I came home to 3 strangers stuffing my clothes into trash bags. Inside the house I paid for in cash. They thought they were evicting me. My friend Bailey had been dating this guy John. He was the kind of guy who wore sunglasses indoors and constantly bragged about his crypto portfolio. I let Bailey stay in my spare room to get back on her feet, but slowly, John just moved himself right in. First, it was a toothbrush. Then, his massive gaming setup took over the living room. He started acting like the man of the house, whispering to Bailey that I was holding her back and that they needed to remove the obstacle, meaning me. Things exploded last Friday. I came home from at work and my front door was wide open. I walked in and my stomach completely dropped. John and 2 of his frat buddies were literally throwing my clothes into heavy-duty black trash bags. "What the hell are you doing?" I yelled, my heart hammering in my chest. John spun around, marching over and getting right in my personal space. His face was red and he looked completely unhinged. "Evicting you," he snarled, forcefully shoving a crumpled paper against my chest. "Bailey and I are getting married. We need this house. You have exactly 10 minutes to grab your trash and leave, or we throw you out ourselves." Bailey was sobbing in the corner, totally paralyzed. "You're out of your mind," I said, stepping right back up to him, refusing to back down. "Put my things down." "I changed the locks," John screamed. "This is our house now. If you don't walk out that door, I'm calling the cops for trespassing." I didn't yell back. I reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, and didn't break eye contact. I whispered, "I'm calling them right now." And I called Sheriff Miller. I put him right on speakerphone. "Hey, Uncle Dave, got a bit of a pest problem at the house." John scoffed, completely unfazed. "Call whoever you want. I know my tenant rights." John started laughing, literally hyping up his friends. "Oh, this is gonna be great. They're gonna drag you out by your hair." 10 minutes later, Sheriff Miller and 3 police cruisers swarmed my driveway, red and blue lights flashing through the living room windows. 4 officers burst through the front door, hands resting firmly on their duty belts. "What exactly is going on here?" Sheriff Miller demanded. John immediately played the victim. He raised his hands, putting on this fake, innocent voice. "Officers, thank God you're here. I am the legal resident. My fiancé pays the rent and this crazy woman is refusing to leave." The officer looked at the trash bags, then looked at me. He laughed so hard. I reached into my purse, pulled out a folded notarized document, and handed it directly to the officer. "No, sir. That is John. He doesn't live here and he isn't on any lease." The officer scanned the paper. The entire room went dead silent. "John," the officer said, his voice dropping an octave. "Do you know what this is?" John scoffed, rolling his eyes. "A fake lease? It's the deed to the property," the officer said, stepping directly toward John. "She owns this house. She bought it in cash 2 years ago. And you are currently committing burglary and destruction of private property." The color instantly drained from John's face. He physically stumbled backward, looking at Bailey, who was just staring at him in sheer horror. Wait, John stammered, putting his hands up, shaking. "There's a misunderstanding. Turn around," the officer barked, grabbing John by the shoulder and spinning him against the wall. "Hands behind your back," hearing the metal click of those handcuffs closing around his wrists, while his friend scrambled out the back door in absolute panic, was the most satisfying sound of my entire life.